It has certainly been a very, very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen. But welcome back to the Minecraft Xbox playthrough. This is episode 23, and it's been almost like 6 months since I've done an episode on here, and with good reason. I've been busy with other things. I've hopped back and forth between doing PC stuff and other games, and just genuinely been all around busy with IRL stuff, to be fair. But I thought I would show you what's been done over the last 6 months now and kind of update you guys on things that have happened and the future of kind of all the stuff that's going on at the moment. So without further ado, I thought I'd just start on like a dirt pillar back where we started on episode 1, just to kind of show you the comparison of how much we've done. So obviously the town has moved on. We've got some new sections of town to take out. New bridge down there. And there's some old stuff which I've ripped out because I hated it. And it's only been recently ripped out, to be fair, but it was kind of overdue. So I don't think many things have changed over this side anyway. Before we get going, I'll just quickly run you round what I've changed. This has changed. There's now a bridge here because I want to extend the water flow this way a little bit. I want to kind of connect the two river sections that I'm going to have. There's going to be one which I'll get to in a minute. So this is obviously a new section. We're going to have a new walkway going all the way up here. It's going to take you all the way through to our upper section. It's not quite finished up there, but the basic layout's done for it anyway. You'll kind of see that as we go along. I don't think anything's changed on this side. But before I keep saying the word changed, I'm going to get onto the list of stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about. So I guess we'll start with Siege. So Siege SMP had a trial run through September, which started well, but again, I guess people just don't have the same enthusiasm for survival mode as I do. The group that I found through Snowcrack and Hermitcraft, they're big UHC players, which is great because I love UHC as much as I've tried to do it in the past through PvP hardcore and hardcore and all the other things that we tried. We even did Siege UHC, I think, a while back on the Xbox, 8 players. But it's so much more fun doing these newer games, these PC game modes and stuff like Cut Clean and etc, etc. You'll notice there's a building gone now here. It's been one of those buildings that I've been iffy with. It's always been one of them ones that I've kind of looked at and just gone, well, it could have potential, but it isn't. So I kind of removed it because in the end, when I finish this thing, which is going to be a long time from now, I want to have it where everything is perfect. If that means taking my time and being dead slow and careful, then so be it. But yeah, kind of essentially starting with Siege, this was the Season 3 world, and I guess technically it still is, but nobody has been on here in a very long time apart from a Wild Keister a couple days ago trying to get his Xbox achievements, but I doubt he'll ever come back on here ever again and do anything. But that's kind of the issue is, do I move it to the PC on my server, or do I kind of just leave it on the back burner for now until people get bored of doing things, until other servers die off a little bit more and people need a bit of a bump for survival again? Like 1.11's just coming out on the PC at the moment, which means people are obviously looking into that, but there wasn't too much in it that changed survival-wise. It was very command blocky, a new mansion you can explore, but when you've explored one, you're kind of already done with it. You're like, if you know what I mean, there's a couple new farms. The shulker box obviously looks quite cool. But back here on the console version, we're still in a 1.8 version. So we're still looking at 1.9, 1.10 updates to come. Now, 4J did release recently an End City update, which is due in December, which means our dragon can finally go down once and for all. It's been over a year now this world's been up. But yeah, the dragon can finally die, and we can go and find ourselves some elytra that would help us really to get around this world a bit better, especially with the amplified inner world section. Don't you just love background noise? It's like the most beautiful thing ever. Yeah, so back where I lost my train of thought from background noise, essentially, yeah, I'd like to go into the end eventually and finally kill stuff. I want to go and get myself a pair of elytra. 4J did release some amplified change as well, which I think amplified worlds are now a possibility. Obviously, that would have been really cool when I started this world, but obviously that wasn't to be. So, double interruptions. I just I'm loving this. But yeah, so amplified change has been added, and there's obviously going to be some more stuff, but they haven't released any details of it yet. I've kind of just walked over all this stuff that I've built. I haven't really shown any of it off to you guys. So let's go back down to the bottom to where I think the last time you guys would have seen anything would have been over by this bridge. Now this bridge just basically led to nowhere. There was a bit of a gap here. This roof wasn't connected over. So what I've done is there is a staircase under here which has always been here, but I've kind of connected in a nice little roof section. Some trapdoors to cover up the dirt which is above it, but that's fine. Got a nice wall running around now. Got a staircase and an upper section here. Kind of wanted to break it up a bit more. Got a house that needs digging out. It's got a front wall and that's about it. But yeah, I kind of like this overhang here. So you can kind of just look over and just see what's around. Obviously, this is going to change the paths that I've got down here. This house might actually get extended. Who knows yet? But yeah, so that's kind of everything to do with Siege. There's not much to really say on it at this point. It's kind of a... I don't know where to take it forward from this point, honestly. But yeah, so let's kind of move on. So obviously, as I'm showing you this stuff, let's kind of move on to the snowcrack stuff. So recently, well, more to over the summer, there was a little bit of an overusage, should I say, of UHCs and private games. It's kind of fractured the group just a little bit. Like, people, I found, don't enjoy the event ones a little bit more. So, like, the Homocrass, which came up to in May, the Snowcrack 41, which has only just recently been filmed. And, yeah, the group had a bit of a break between Season 40 and 41 from September to end of November, essentially. But what the plan was there was to avoid UHC, but the group ended up just doing private games anyway, so yeah, it's fun doing game modes every so often, but the problem was people take them way too seriously. And the salt around the community, honestly, it's horrible to just look at. Like, let's get a view from over here so you can see what the changes actually look like. So yeah, you got a new entrance over there. You got this. I'm going to connect this all together. And I may connect this into it as well and get a nice large section going. But yeah, this is kind of the watchtower of this upper section here. But yeah, UHCs at the moment, they're good, but I'm just not enjoying team games as much. Like, I'd rather go back to an FFA game because it means that I can mess about a little bit more and have a little bit more fun. Like, there was a Mystery Teams game a couple days back, and essentially, there was more fun in that because I didn't find my teammates than what I've had for a long time with team games. To be fair, I think the last team game I enjoyed was probably Snowcrack 39 and 40. Like, private games recently just haven't been fun. To me, people try way too hard in a game that shouldn't be taken seriously. But yeah, that's kind of where that group's at the moment. Like, I would have done a series on the Snowcrack server, but the issue is nobody plays on there. So I don't see the point of joining a server to feel like a secondary single player when I could just come on here and continue building out more on here, essentially. So yeah, that's kind of Snowcrack. There will be some stuff in December to do with Snowcrack, but hopefully we can bring back some of the more Snowcrack play stuff, because I really do enjoy doing the Gmod and the Golf with Friends and things like that. Maybe even do some more Civ 5, but Civ 6 did come out recently, so I guess people will be playing that, I suppose. So this sheep farm, I did notice the sheep were despawning in here, so I've been trying to keep with 8. So every time I want to kind of breed these, I have to kind of quit the game and reload it again, which is no fun. I'm going to take this bed with me, actually, so I can sleep the next night away. Also, what I've done here is I've actually finished off the roofs on these market stalls. Now, I did have a plan for the market stalls originally, which I think I'm going to stick to. It just needs a little bit of creative mode tinkering, and I need to get some villagers for it to actually work. So you got 3 more here. That roof, I need to kind of look at that again. But yeah, this area needs a rethink. I need to figure out where the buildings are going to go without making it look too obtrusive, because currently it's a big open space. I want to get a couple, at least 3 in here. But yeah. So we also finished off this water flow here, which I can't remember. What is that? There's a cow in the water. I am going to save him. I wanted to do a sewer on this place as well eventually, on this lower section. So kind of this is what the design is in there for that. I also worked around the witch spawner a little bit, which we have in the world, which I'm debating about getting rid of. It's honestly been there for a year to have some fun with, and I've never really bothered with it, if you know what I mean. I kind of finished the track, which I've completely neglected to show you guys on this half anyway. Just finished the track, built the curves. Not sure about that bit of stone in the middle of the pattern. and also landscaped a lot up here. Now, this is very flat for what it is. It's one deep in basically all places, except for the bits that are obviously underneath. I should have probably gone over to actually where the edge of this area has been. So this is all one deep. It probably makes sense to expand this all the way around and flatten this off when I do get to this side of the world. But for now, it can stay as it is, because I've got no rush to coming around over here, and yeah, basically things like that. So that we've covered Snowcrep, we've covered UHCs. Ooh, that is a big hole there. SMP stuff, yeah, I've kind of covered. The other big important thing to do with my channel, CTM maps. Yeah. So, recently, back in September, you guys may have seen on my Twitter some sneak peeks at a test CTM that I was trying to do. Essentially, I was trying to put forward a new style design of CTM that I like the idea of, based on a video game, a child's video game from probably back in 2003, 2004. But yeah, essentially, I kind of developed an area that was way too big for purpose, and it just wasn't looking right. So what I kind of did with that is I kind of stopped and I've scrapped it so I can focus on something more. I'm presuming back in the new year, when I've got through all my IRL stuff, through my university courseworks and stuff, which are due in the beginning of January, when I can get through all of that, I'll get a couple months time period there, which I can focus solely on non-university work. Like, my exams will be obviously in the May, but between January and May, I've only got a couple pieces of essentially what is weekly stuff to hand in, but that's fine. Am I going to get any chickens out of this? I handed like 50 odd eggs in since. But yeah, so I haven't been doing too much in the world, in all honesty. I don't think I've actually done much more since. Besides taking down the spawn chunk, this stuff isn't despawning yet. There's no wood there. How strange. Let's just get rid of this. But yeah, I'm looking at... There's two ideas for the CTM map. I will either do the new one, or I will do the final Rise from the Depths, which I promised a long time ago. I know there's a lot of people that want to look for that. I do have the plans for that. I think I've got about 9 of the 16 planned. So obviously I could just get building ready on that. But then again, there are other ideas like doing modded and stuff, which recently somebody gave me the idea of going back into it again after they suggested they wanted to do it. But then again, there's always just the trying to find the time to do multiple things at once, try and life schedule and balance things out properly. Yeah, you can kind of get the point where I'm coming through. There are ideas in the bank, but it's just kind of getting through this period of time and getting back to where I was probably at the beginning of the year again, in that same time period where I'm free. Usually I have a dip in productivity in the January, but I'm hoping what I can do now is reproduce a new set of content which I'm happy with. Essentially is to produce some daily updates, or not really daily updates, but some productive episodes. Like, also took down the top of this building here, so kind of looks a bit short, but when I put the roof on it, it should look a lot better. But yeah, so let's head over to the Watchtower, and let's have a look at this in detail. So this is actually going to be a river flowing down here, all the way around. Just need to figure out where it needs to start and stop. This will be a sewer pipe entrance, which we'll widen off. We'll cordon off. There we go, I got the words out. It's also trying to pick up all my crafting benches around the world. Seem to be creating a stash of these. But yeah, so this is the Watchtower. So this is second floor Watchtower, which leads to the city wall, which you can walk on. I've got a bit of an issue with this rising centerpiece here, which essentially I need to figure out a nice roof design, but the roof kind of has to go slanted upwards. It's going to be kind of flat and then go up, which is going to look weird. So let's just jump down. So this is currently what it looks like. It's a bit dark, and it will eventually lead all the way up. Let's see where's the easiest spot to leave. I'm probably going to have to walk the long way around just to show you. So that will follow all the way up through the Watchtower. That was the reason it was built there in the first place, so that it could lead all the way up to around here. It's going to come out right there on this floor. Zombie, I don't know why you're spawning up there, because there's probably no other place for you. I've got an idea for this upper section here, even higher up. This is going to have the, if you probably didn't know already, this is an Arcus, similar Arcus theme that he was building a town for the Play Minecraft server. And what I wanted to do was kind of continue his theme, but there's a build on there which is so nice that I kind of want to just copy it, like, across. Because obviously I've been inspired to do the rest of this similar, but the design for that it's not broken. There's nothing wrong with it to fix. Like, he's done something so right that's completely spot on, essentially. So what I'm going to do is cover this giant hole, flatten it off, make some nice staircases all the way up to it, and build what he had at the back of the Play Minecraft spawn town. It was like a giant King of the Ladder. So essentially I can get it out in the open here. It looked really cool. It's got like a Lord of the Rings themed underground to it too. It looked quite amazing. It was unfinished, so obviously what I can do is put my own touches on it afterwards. But yeah, that's been one of the plans in mind. I also want to bring across my plans from the Minecraft world that I started on the PC. I want to do a museum, which Natural History Museum, which is based on the CTM map that I was going to do. I had an idea for the museum, which was really good. I just don't know why I left it on my old computer when I moved to my new one. But yeah, so I'm thinking of putting it in one of these mountains here. It'll probably be this one or that one round over there. But yeah, so it's going night again. This is quite a long time. The other issue is I've got to figure out this track so that it splits up properly, and I'm not sure if I'll have to get it to turn off, make a switch there and go over straight. But currently the only way straight is to the mesa. That's going to be the museum, I guess, and that's going to be the minigames area. The minigames area was discussed quite a while back. I just want to make stuff that's fun, which is why I made the arena back in the day, and I did actually finish building in there, but I just needed to finish the skeletons off and get them pushed up and try and find that zombie spawner that was in the back and use that as well. But yeah, so essentially this was only going to be a short episode. It's turned out to be actually be nearly just 15 to 16 minutes long here. I just wanted to kind of update you guys on stuff while showing you that I'm back and all the progress that's been made. The next couple of episodes, we're going to be building episodes. We're going to get back to this grind of this world. I love this world so much. I doubt I'm ever going to give it up after almost giving it up almost 2 months back. Now I've come back to it, I realise what a mistake that would have been if I'd left this world. I mean, it's got my Season 2 base. Oh, and just got crashed from Xbox Live. Fun. Which means anything that I did prior to that without saving isn't going to have saved. Which means the last hour of stuff that I've done has just gone. Oh well. So I guess on that point, I guess we can call it a quits. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. I know it's been a bit of a talky one. I kind of do this a lot, but I'm back in the grind again. And yeah, until next time, bye-bye.